So yes, I am from Perth, Australia. I've just returned. I came home 2 weeks ago. I've spent the last 3 years living in Northland, New Zealand, where my husband's from. But life called us home, which I was not expecting. So it's an unexpected move, and just really in a season of embracing the uncertainty and the unknown. And the dream arc has really been there grounding me through this time. I'm a very entrepreneurial person. I'm quite an ambitious person who has lots of big goals, and I love to put myself out there, which comes with a lot of fears and limiting beliefs around failure and those sorts of things that I've been working through. But simultaneously, the hardest thing that I journey in my life is that I suffer with chronic illness. So I have chronic fatigue, and I also have a severe version of fibromyalgia. So I have a lot of chronic pain in my body. And I've had that for the last 10 years of my life. And it's been very difficult to navigate at times. At times, I've been completely bedridden for 6 months at a time, unable to work and things like that. And having the dream arc and this deeper connection to nature has been supporting me with my physical health in ways that I never expected. And the dream arc actually came into my life at the perfect time. I'd been doing quite well with my health for the last couple of years. I'd been sort of cruising, finding the way that I can navigate my energy levels and my pain levels. But about 6 weeks after I started the dream arc, I'd already been in the Gene Keys for years, but the dream arc had called my name. About 6 weeks in, I hit a real low with my health. And for about a 3-month period, I was severely fatigued. I would be up for about 1 to 3 hours a day and really bad chronic pain 24/7. And it took me into the depths of myself, as it does. But always, these moments are always a birthplace of more of my magic. And this time, as I entered into another hard season with my health, I had the dream arc to support me and to lean on. And the camel, which I have here, I've got my little camel. The camel and the camel meditation from Richard on the Triple Flame app. Honestly, it got me through this last season of being in the depths of the fatigue. And I would lay there and listen to the camel's meditation. And when Richard would say, he says, "I know you're tired to your bones." And every time he would say that, I would feel that camel inside of my heart just cracking me open and leading me into the deepest reservoirs of self-love that I never knew were there. I thought that I had learned to love myself in my chronic illness, but the camel showed me that I was only skimming the surface. And as I would sit with the camel, I would see myself not only drinking from the water, but diving in and just lapping it up in that water. And the camel really got me through this last season. And as I came out the other side, I knew the camel would take me and bring me out the other side. And I knew I'd know when it was time. And I knew I'd know it when it was time because I just knew I was going to feel another portal creature call to me. And one day I was like, oh, my energy's feeling a little bit better. And I took my dogs to the park, and lo and behold, on my drive there, a little praying mantis was sitting on my windscreen. And I was like, oh, could this be time? But I thought, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see if anything else happens. That night, I was having a shower, and a praying mantis comes crawling down the side of in a shower. I'm like, why? There's not even any plants or anything in my shower room. And I knew that it was Camel had released me to be able to go and to work with the praying mantis. And as that transition happened, I felt the transition in my energy, the pain that I had 24/7 for 3 months lifted, and I was initiated into the next phase of the dream arc. And so to have this transmission and to have the support of the dream arc animals, it's hard to put into words. And I'm sure you've all had a very similar experience in one way or another. I think for me, having the animals with the dream arc has given so much more potency to the gene keys for me. I'm a very, I was saying to Mark before the call, I am obsessed with the gene keys. Like, I bleed gene keys and they support me so beautifully in my life. But to have the dream arc animals to bring together with the gene keys, to weave them together, makes the experience so much more potent. So when I'm working with the dream arc, the way that I like to do it is I see each animal as a part of myself. Just like I'd see a gene key as a part of my DNA, part of those 64 codons, I like to see that animal as living inside of me, and it's an aspect of me that's wanting to come through. And so as I sit with the essence of each of those animals and to really feel that coming through in my DNA, I'm accessing parts of myself that I never knew were there, never knew were possible. And I love that the dream arc gives me deeper access to gene keys that aren't in my profile.